Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome in to Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLuga. Thanks so much for being here. Thursday, March 6th. Another day, another big piece of Jaguars news. Mitch Morse is calling it a career. Jaguars starting center Mitch Morse. Morse had this to say about his retirement. The things I'll remember and cherish most about my career are the relationships and bonds I created with my teammates, both on and off the field. Nothing can replace that, and I will miss it dearly. I want to thank the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, and Jacksonville Jaguars for 10 unforgettable seasons. Most of all, I want to thank my wife, Caitlin, and my children, Kennedy and Deacon, for their constant love and support on this journey. I look forward to spending more time with them as I navigate retirement. So, very good career for Mitch Morse. Very good career. And we hardly knew you in Jacksonville, right? Signed around this time last offseason, right? The Bills, they were doing a lot of cap cutting before free agency started last year. And the Jaguars were able to scoop up Mitch Morse. They needed a starting center. Mitch Morse fit the bill. He came in and he started for the Jaguars in 2024. I think he played almost every snap for the Jaguars this past season, over 1,000 snaps, 1,021 snaps. Look, was he great? No. Was anyone on the Jaguars offensive line last year consistently great? Or the Jaguars offense or the Jaguars team, maybe outside of Brian Thomas Jr., Josh Hines-Allen, Logan Cook, Ross Matisic, Cam Little. Outside of that group, I don't think you can really say anyone had their best year. But I still think Mitch Morse was a big upgrade for the Jaguars over what they had in Luke Fortner. And he came in and he was a leader. He was still a good athlete that had some really good games for the Jaguars and had some big plays, big moments blocking for the team, even though it was a down year for the team as a whole and certainly for Morse a little bit. But, you know, Morse is about to be 33 years old. Played in the league for 10 seasons, played a lot of great years, was an elite athlete when he came into the NFL and remained a good athlete at the center position and a good starter throughout his entire career. So not a Hall of Fame level player by any stretch of the imagination, but this was a very good career, a career that you can be proud of, a career that Mitch Morse should be proud of, and so should his family. And shouldn't take anything away from him, hanging it up at about to be 33 years old. Played in the league for 10 years, originally drafted by the Chiefs in 2015, played with Doug Peterson. I think part of the reason that Morse was interested in coming down to Jacksonville was Doug Peterson being here. Now, I don't want to speculate about the reasons for Mitch Morse retiring, other than obviously he's 33 years old, has had a very good career, and has played in the league for 10 years. But this does mean for the Jacksonville Jaguars, they now have a vacancy at starting center and starting right guard. Two very experienced veterans in Brandon Sheriff and Mitch Morse, who were in the twilight of their career last year, no question about it, are not with the team right now. Brandon Sheriff is a free agent, 33 years old. And so I don't expect the Jaguars to try to retain him. I expect them to try to get younger, whether that be via free agency or the draft. I think the Jaguars now have a lot of work. I know the Jaguars now have a lot of work to do on the interior of the offensive line. They need a starting right guard and a starting center. Now, talking about this offensive line, the two tackles are locked in. Anton Harrison, I think, is primed for a very good third season. And Walker Little, every time he has played significant snaps for the Jaguars at left tackle, has done a good job. He's under contract now for the next 3 years. Ezra Cleveland, I believe, will be their starting left guard. The Jaguars have a team out following the 2025 season with Ezra Cleveland. If they want to get younger, if they want to try to upgrade there, sure. But when you look at having two big needs at center and right guard, I don't think you create another need at left guard. Ezra Cleveland is a good starter in this league. I think he is an above average starter. Guy who is very solid in pass protection and creates some push and has the athleticism in the run game to do a lot of the things you're going to want to do with this new look Jacksonville Jaguars offense. Now, Mitch Morse retiring, I believe, will save the Jaguars. Let's see. It's going to save the Jaguars some cap space this year. Yeah, I believe the Jaguars will save somewhere from 3 to 5 million. I can't remember exactly how retirements work, but they'll save some cap space. And not that they need it. The Jaguars have plenty of cap space to do everything that they want. But yeah, right now, looking at the roster, Luke Fortner is the only player with real starting experience at center. And I definitely don't think, even with Liam Cohen's familiarity with Luke Fortner having coached him at Kentucky, I don't think there's any way an organization that's being led by Tony Baselli, James Gladstone, and Liam Cohen are going to go into this year and say Luke Fortner's our starting center. I don't think that's happening. So I think you're going to see the Jaguars address the interior of the offensive line in free agency and in the draft. I am manifesting Drew Dahlman to the Jaguars, Atlanta Falcons starting center. He is in the prime of his career. He is a great football player. I think his mobility, his grip strength, just the overall athleticism that he brings combined with the technical refinement with his base, with his hands, and again, the grip strength that he has. That's who I want to be the Jaguars starting center in 2025 and moving forward. I love his game. I don't think he's at all pigeonholed into being a wide zone only type of center. I think he can get the job done in the run game in a variety of run schemes. And you've seen that. Yes, the Falcons were a zone heavy offense, a wide zone, outside zone heavy offense, but that's not all they ran. And he executes at an extremely high level in every facet of the run game. And he is a good pass protector as well. So Drew Dahlman is who I would love the Jaguars to replace Mitch Morse with. I'm manifesting that. I was manifesting Drew Dahlman before the Mitch Morse news happened, right? I thought that as important as Mitch Morse was for the Jaguars in 2024, coming in and providing a stabilizing presence at center, I thought it was time for the Jags to try to really upgrade that spot and upgrade right guard. And I think that's what they're going to do now. I think that they're primed to, I'm not saying they're going to sign Drew Dahlman necessarily, but they're primed to try to upgrade at center and right guard. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. And you saw what the Bears did the last couple days. I would not be shocked if the Jaguars are aggressive to pursue either a high-quality starting right guard or center or both via free agents, via veterans, maybe trade or free agency, right? That would not shock me. It would surprise me, in fact, if they don't do anything with the veteran market on the interior of the offensive line. And then I think you look at the draft, I wouldn't be surprised if they go Will Campbell and plug him in at right guard. Would not be surprised one bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they kick the tires on him at center either, right? And then you look at the rest of the draft, Jared Wilson, probably later day 2. If you're lucky, Gray Zabel, who can play center or guard for you at 36. If you're lucky, Tyler Booker at 36. If you're lucky, Donovan Jackson at 36. These are the guys, the names that I would be watching for the Jaguars when it comes to the draft on the interior. And then there's plenty of depth throughout the class later on that you could take a swing on. But those are the guys I'd really be targeting. And then in free agency, again, Drew Dahlman at center is top of the list for me. He is the free agent I want the Jaguars to sign the most out of any position. I love his game. At right guard, Trey Smith not going to be available. Could you go get Mekhi Becton? Could you go get Tevin Jenkins, right? These are the type of guys I'm looking at. Will Fries, coming off a big injury. I wouldn't be like insanely excited about it. James Daniels coming off a big injury. I wouldn't be insanely excited about it. So I would really like to see Tevin Jenkins or Mekhi Becton with the Jaguars at right guard and Drew Dahlman at center. And then you go into the draft and you end up addressing the depth and being able to build out, maybe replace Ezra Cleveland next year with a draft pick from this year, that sort of thing. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Congratulations to Mitch Morse on a very, very impressive NFL career. And now the Jaguars, they have a lot of work to do on that interior. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.